In this set of lessons, we're going to be looking at exception handling. I'm going to start out in this first lesson by demonstrating a couple of examples of exceptions to see what they're like. Exceptions are errors that cause the program to stop or not execute. We'll compare those with what I'll call logical errors, where the program might run, but it might not compute the data or compute the result that you expect. That's a logical error, but not an exception. An exception is something that makes the program stop. And for this first lesson, I just want to show a couple of examples. First one is very, very simple. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm getting ready to divide the numerator by the denominator. So I can't spell anything. There we go. And we're going to display the quotient. Very simple little program. First of all, let's compile it. And it compiles fine. So let's close it. And let's run it. And you see we get an exception. Come down here at the bottom of the screen. java.lang.arithmetic expression divide by 0. So it turns out you cannot divide by 0, and several languages don't allow this. Some will display a special data value like not a number or infinity even sometimes, but Java throws an exception, and that's what we say. We say an exception was thrown, and that caused the problem that caused the program to stop. If we close it, we'll see we also have another output window with the same thing. Not only that, but it tells us where the error occurred. So that's one example of an exception. Let's look at another example real quick. So we'll just comment this one out. For my next example, I'm going to create an array. This is a simple 3-number array. And then we're going to write a loop. Hopefully you already see where the error is going to be, or the exception I should say. So first let's compile it. Notice that even with the divide by 0 exception, exceptions aren't found in compiling. These are not syntactical errors. We didn't have something in the wrong place. We didn't even provide a typo. Now let's run that. And here we see java.lang.array index out of bounds exception. Okay, so here's the problem. There's only 3 elements in this array. 1, 2, 3. I told it to go up to 5, which would be for 6, 0 through 5. So clearly after 0, 1, 2, when I got to 3, which we see right here in the error, then 3 is out of bounds, so that threw an exception. So exceptions can be problems, and we don't ever want our programs to crash like this. So what we need to do is we need to learn how to handle exceptions. And that's what we're going to look at the next lesson, where we're going to talk about how to handle exceptions when they're